Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. A few days ago, I was on the old social media and I just so happened to come across some fragment of news saying that some actor in Hollywood wanted to be referred to from here on in as a tree. Their pronouns, their preferred pronouns, to be Treeself. I saw this, immediately rolled my eyes from hither to the other side of my head, and then decided to get on with my day. Then last night, as I was once again perusing the wares of social media, I saw a tweet from Bounding Into Comics where the actor in question was actually the chap who played Kid Flash in the CW version of The Flash. So I suddenly realized this is a little bit more up my alleyway now. Let's get into it. This is absolutely pathetic. It is pathetic, and I'm probably going to have a little bit of a rant. Because for all the laughs that we're going to have at the start, there's actually something really kind of serious to go into, but we'll get to that later. My name is Kid Flash and I'm the fastest tree alive, says Bounding Into Comics. On March 18th, a fan of Keiynan Lonsdale, the actor best known for playing Kid Flash on the CW's The Flash, took to their personal Twitter to remind their followers that Keiynan Lonsdale prefers Treeself pronouns. So here's the tweet. I'll put my best voice on. Besties, once again, I'm reminding you that Keiynan Lonsdale prefers Treeself pronouns. Prayer hands for baby Jesus. Oh boy. Thank you, Bounding Into Comics. Let's jump to another article here, because this kind of goes a little bit more into depth, and it just shows what an absolute muddle this person's head must be in. Keiynan Lonsdale doesn't care for labels all too much. Yes, he does. Yeah, he clearly does. Sorry, Tree clearly does. Is a dog gonna come along? If you identify as a tree, can dogs piss on you? Well, you are fucking... Can a lumberjack come along and chop you down? Whatever. As admitted in an interview with Billboard, now I'd rather than identifying with any specific pronoun, apart from... Lonsdale wants to go by Tree. The Love Simon star opened up about sexuality and gender pronouns in an intimate Instagram live session on Tuesday. When a fan asked if Lonsdale was gay, the actor was surprised to keep getting that question. Now it just depends on the day. Sometimes I'm bisexual, sometimes I'm gay, sometimes I feel straight, sometimes I'm not anything, Lonsdale said on Instagram Live. It doesn't matter. Either way, throughout all of that, I'm Keiynan. Now, one thing that I will agree with him on here is the fact that, yeah, it doesn't matter what your orientation is. It really doesn't. And for all the talk of people saying, oh, well, it doesn't matter if you're straight, gay, this or that and the other, they show an unhealthy interest in what you do in the bedroom. You'll notice when articles are written about actors, if it's a heterosexual actor, they'll just be referred to by name. For example, George Clooney today stepped out on the promenade with his wife. However, if the actor, let's say, was Keiynan Lonsdale, then they tend to say things like, gay actor Keiynan Lonsdale stepped out today on the promenade. And you find that a lot when it comes to articles. Why did you need to put that in front? What has that anything to do with somebody going out onto a promenade? It's got nothing. To me, it inherently shows off the bigotry that's truly there. The progressive bigotry which is with us at all times. But with that said, the guy's a bit of a dickhead, isn't he? Let's just be honest. You're not a tree. You're not a freaking Treeself. But let's get into it. Lonsdale further explained, I don't want to go by he anymore. I just want to go by tree. I want people to call me tree. Because we all come from trees. So it doesn't matter if you're a he or a she or a they or a them. At the end of the day, everyone's a tree. I'm not a fucking tree. I'm not a tree. Okay. I'm not a tree. You're not a tree. I want to call my friends tree and me tree and everyone tree. So I think, like, now, when people ask me my preferred pronoun is, what my preferred pronoun is, I'm going to say tree. In a duo of Instagram posts, Lonsdale displayed an affinity for trees. In one, the actor stands shirtless. Of course he does. Shrouded by a leaf-filled tree branch. In another, Lonsdale holds a... I couldn't give a fuck! I couldn't give a shit. Okay? Now then. Here's the slightly more serious side to this stupidity going on here. As the guy kerfuffles, it's all these mixed messages. And when you've got young, impressionable kids, and it will be kids, because this guy came through the Nickelodeon system, I believe. When you do have kids that are looking to these actors, and they're giving off some really confusing signals. One day I'm gay, the next day I'm bi, the next day I'm straight, the next day I'm nothing at all. What does that mean? That's gobbledygook. But it's not, to defend again, it's not anyone's business what his orientation truly is. It's just the fascination that people have. The real thing is some people have already been attacked for being transphobic. For not wanting to use the proper use of his pronouns. Tree's pronoun. Fuck off. The simple fact is, there's nothing phobic about this whatsoever. In actual fact, this makes a mockery. A true mockery of trans people. But this is where we are today. This is where we are today. The people who are truly trans, and I mean truly trans, not trans trenders, not the people on Twitter who are faking it 24/7 for attention and clicks and retweets and victimhood. Not those fakes and phonies. I'm talking about the true trans people out there. People who really do have that body dysmorphia. People who really do believe that they are in the wrong body. And I truly believe that they exist. I have dealt with them multiple times during my life. And I've seen it firsthand and I believe it to be true. Those people struggle. A lot of them really, really struggle with this. And now it's been taken over and abused as a way to play victim, B, a way to gain attention, and C, as I mentioned, as a trend. It's Kerry from Unsafe Space that refers to them as trans trenders because it's a trendy thing to do. And so when you're running around saying, my pronouns are tree and Treeself. Now, I don't know if the guy's trying to be, trying to be a bit silly, but I imagine the reason why I don't think he is because this is the sort of circle that if they were, they'd get attacked themselves for being phobic. So they can't behave that way. And this makes it a mockery out of the system. An absolute mockery out of the system. So the people who are really vulnerable, the people who really do need, or really do, I should say, live that life, are finding more and more people are getting turned off, are getting apathetic, are getting frustrated, annoyed with the hijacking of this by pretentious, which is what he is, pretentious Hollywood prick. You go to somebody, and I just spoke to Gary on the phone actually, and I can't steal Gary's credit. Gary said, these people walk around thinking they're royalty, and he's right. They think they're royalty, and they think they are aspirational figures. They are not. They are not. These are not people to be looked up to in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. And when you are doing that, when some pretentious little prick comes along and says these stupid things, and then people go, oh, if you speak against them, then you're phobic this or phobic that. All that does is build up further resentment against the trans community. And who's it really going to impact? The trans trenders? No, because they're going to be off the next day, in a few days' time, in a few weeks' time, onto the next trend, onto the next thing. And who's left behind? The real trans community. The true trans community. And they're the ones who are going to have to bear the brunt of that. Built up resentment because of idiots like this. I've said before and I'll say it again, I'm sick and tired of dealing with people's mental illness online. Get help. Speak to somebody. Think. This guy is 30 years of age this year. He's not a child. If he was 19, 20, I could kind of be like, whatever, it's a kid. 30 years old this year. I want to be a tree. I am Treeself. Go piss off. And this is the damage which is happening to the real trans community. Morons, idiots, self-absorbed narcissists who love attention and want to be a special snowflake. I'm so different. I'm so unique. I am Groot. I mean Tree. Get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the vid. If it does make any sense, if you did, please do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.